What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a good day. Today's a very simple video. This is the first time I've been back in the Platinum. Wow, it's been over a week. Today is Wednesday, I think it's the 8th. I'm not sure of the date. I'm on a little mini vacation from work. But the last time I drove this truck, the Platinum, Supercharged Platinum, if you don't know by now, was Monday morning last week, so about 9 days ago. I've had the 1794 press truck with me, so all I've done is driven that. So today I'm going to take this thing out for a ride, and after all the things I learned from the 1794 as far as ride comfort, power from the 5.7 motor with no supercharger, let's see how the Platinum feels now. Got a couple errands to run here, so I'm going to be taking some main roads, back roads, and we'll see how the truck feels and see if I still don't like that TRD front sway bar now that it is back. So when you drive this truck and you do what I just did there, where you're coming off a turn and you kind of put the pedal down. Now mind you, that was probably like 30% pedal. It is so crowded out here as far as traffic, so bear with me. One of the things that you notice right away versus a stock 5.7 liter motor in the regular Tundras, or like what I just dealt with in the 1794, it's instant power, and that's what the supercharger is. The motor just feels like it's more opened up. It's kind of what you would expect from a supercharged motor. It just gives you power immediately. It's almost to the point where, I don't know, I feel it a lot in the mid-range. That's always my thing, that is when I feel it in the mid-range for sure. Kind of like when you're going to second to third gear, that's when I always feel the power in the supercharger come alive. There's nothing wrong with the stock motor, and I definitely felt it when I was in the 5.7 liter 1794, the stock motor. There's a lot of power. It's just how the delivery happens, and that's pretty much it. That's the main difference between stock and supercharged motor. I get that question all the time. What is the feeling? Is it worth the $7,000, which is what it costs for a supercharger and install? A little over $7,000, more like $7,500, and it's worth it. But there's nothing wrong with the 5.7 motor. Now, as far as drivability and handling, like in this truck compared to that 1794, the 1794, the ride quality was so much better than this truck. This truck is bouncy, it's bumpy, it's got a TRD Pro suspension, it's got sway bars on top of itself, front and rear TRD Pro suspension, or excuse me, front and rear sway bars on the TRD Pro suspension. So it's definitely feels like I shouldn't have put the sway bars on this suspension. It doesn't let the suspension do what it's supposed to do. Now in the 1794, we had the big 20s, we had roadworthy tires. It was comfortable, I liked it. But yeah, as far as it goes in this truck, it's just very bumpy, very jittery. And I kind of miss the 1794 ride comfort. A lot more ride comfort in the stock setup. Now this is more of like a gradual get up to speed. I'm not really on the pedal much, but because of the tune and the supercharger, you're shooting up to 4,000 RPMs pretty quick there. Overall, one thing that I do notice is, and this is kind of an obvious thing, up front with the supercharger you get a lot more noise. There's a lot more noise, with the supercharger whine and everything. But here's something to note. The TRD dual exhaust is not as loud as with that exhaust I had on the 1794, which was just the stock exhaust. The stock exhaust on that truck had more of like a low-end growl to it. I really liked it. And the TRD Pro, or excuse me, the TRD dual exhaust is not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just different. And before you, again, spend any money on upgrading your truck, especially with suspension or anything like that, especially exhaust, take the truck out. Don't do the upgrades immediately. Take the truck out stock and see if you like what you're offered before you spend all that money, because I'm telling you, that stock exhaust was pretty sweet. All right, so I've driven around a little bit now, and I gotta say, it is good to be back in the Platinum. It's, like I said, it feels like a different truck when you drive a stock Tundra. We don't have any rake because the suspension is leveled. The truck feels a lot taller. The tires are a lot louder. The supercharger whines. The truck feels more free. It's a bumpy, jittery ride, but I do love it. I love what I've created here, and no regrets. But yeah, let me know what you think. Are you happy to see the Platinum back? I know I am. Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34, TundraDude34@gmail.com. I will see you shortly.